Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a long overdue anti-haul. Every month I strive to do better and I keep failing and failing at trying to get my anti-haul videos up sooner. But I'm telling you, June is gonna be the month. I'm gonna get my shit together and try and get it up sooner than this. But I hope you guys don't mind because I really am enjoying filming this anti-haul series. If you are new to my channel, I do film a anti-haul video every month and I think it's a good old time. I will link the playlist for you guys at the end if you want to binge watch more of these. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. Here on my channel, we love to figure out if makeup is tan girl friendly, and the whole reason I started my YouTube channel was back in the day when I was looking into makeup, I was having the hardest time finding swatches on people with my skin tone, and I decided to take matters into my own hands and start my own channel for brown girls and tan girls so we could get some work done here and save money, of course, because God knows the amount of money I have wasted buying eyeshadows and foundations that just have not worked for my skin tone. So lots of blabbering. I'm sure you guys are wondering, Karen, where did you get those fabulous earrings? And of course, I'm here to tell you, girl. The thing is, I don't think you're gonna be able to find them. I bought these on an amazing deal at Nordstrom, and the brand is Stella and Ruby. In case I forget to tell you guys, I even held on to the tag. I scored such a good deal on these earrings. I can't even believe it. I think they probably used to retail for like 50 bucks and I got them for like 20, and I'm just living the fantasy. Like, I feel like I am gonna get married again. I feel like a nymph. I feel like a fairy princess queen that is just like, I don't know, in her forest of makeup and goodies. So anyway, without further blabbering, let's get into my May anti-haul. Okay guys, the first thing we are anti-hauling is the Huda Beauty mascara. So she came out with this dual-ended mascara. It's basically supposed to be like you're getting two mascaras for the price of one mascara, but I think the mascara retails for $27. I didn't even write it down, but I feel like that was my ballpark. And I mean, say it was rounded up to $30, that's 15 bucks a mascara, which is really not that bad because most high-end mascaras retail for around the $30 price point. My favorite mascara in the whole wide world is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. This is a limited edition packaging, which is why it looks so beautiful and sparkly. And honestly guys, I never thought I would be the high-end mascara bitch, but for that mascara I am. And I don't know, after I've used that for a while and I go back to a drugstore mascara, I really end up missing my Monsieur Big mascara. So I feel like me and Monsieur Big are in a pretty committed long-term relationship unless something else comes along and blows me away. But anyway, even Huda Beauty, even though it's Huda Beauty, and you guys know I am a sucker for Huda Beauty because she was like one of the first beauty brands I felt like was in like Sephora that really catered to women with a medium and tan complexion. So she will always have a little soft spot in my heart. I know she's not the most popular person on YouTube or the internet or the beauty space, but I still have a soft spot in my heart for her because I feel like she was the first brand in Sephora that was really created for women that look like me, and she looks like me. So I mean, not looks like me, but like skin tone, ethnicity, social background, like, you know, a lot of similarities there. So I do love Miss Huda for that, and I do usually buy a lot of her products, but this one was an easy pass for me. So the next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Nars Orgasm eyeshadow palette for $52. They also had a Chic palette for $42, although my friend Britt Clark here on YouTube is slowly but surely trying to convince me that I need to try that palette. And then they also had a mini eyeshadow palette for $25 and a oil infused lip tint for $26. So when we all first saw the sneak peek for this collection, I think a lot of YouTubers collectively were like, just let it go, Nars. Just let the orgasm die. Like, we don't need more. But, you know, I did do a lot of reflecting. Nars Orgasm was probably my first high-end blush, or at least my first Sephora blush that I remember purchasing. Like, I still remember the sales associate at Sephora saying, oh, you need a new blush, you should try Nars Orgasm. And I honestly feel like it is a very universally flattering shade, and if you haven't tried it, you probably could dupe it at this point. But I just know that, you know, for somebody that was completely clueless about makeup, walking through a Sephora and having somebody help you and suggest it, it's pretty convincing that you should try it and buy it. So I can understand why people keep going back to Nars Blush, and specifically the Orgasm blush, because I think it's like one of the highest rated blushes in the beauty space. So I think it is what it is. And honestly, my biggest gripe with Nars is the quality. Their quality is so inconsistent. I've owned so many face palettes from them, and some of them are lovely. Quality is great, pigmentation is great, and then some of them are such a bust. So, you know, you have to do that work on your own, because I'm planning on anti-hauling this and passing on it, but I don't know, Brittany might convince me to get the face palette, but if I do get it, it's definitely going to have to be on sale, because I feel like the ship for that palette and the excitement has definitely died down since it launched, but she just raves about it so much. She definitely has me curious about it. I need to stop, because it sounds like I'm trying to talk myself into buying that blush palette, which is not the case at all. So the next thing I'm anti-hauling is the NYX Filler Instinct Plumping Lip Color in 6 shades for $8. Now, I haven't tried a lot of NYX products recently, but I definitely remember buying a lot of NYX products as a college student because their price point is great and they're sold at Ulta. And if you are really balling on a budget, you can use their $3 off a $10 or $15 purchase and buy a bunch of things. Plus, they always have good deals like buy one, get one half off on NYX products and things like that. So totally understand people's draw towards NYX products. I like the idea of these lipsticks because they look like a balmy consistency, but when I think about plumping, I always get a little bit freaked out because I've never really dove into the plumping lip product market. The only thing I have is a Buxom Dolly lip gloss, and I really like that lip gloss, but for the most part I feel like the general vibe for plumping lip glosses is that they kind of hurt and they sting, and so I just feel like I've never heard very good things about plumping products, and so it's an easy pass for me. Also, I don't feel like there's enough nudes in the collection. I'm sure NYX will add to the collection, but it's a very easy pass for me at this time. Okay, so the next thing I'm anti-hauling is gonna be no surprise to you guys. It is the Wayne Goss new lipstick line that he launched. I think I was so excited to see Wayne Goss's cosmetics line because it's been a long time coming. He's been talking about it for a long time. I've heard some stories about him having like financial difficulties, so I didn't think he was even gonna end up coming out with a lipstick line or any kind of cosmetics line, but I was excited. I was excited because, you know, I feel like Wayne Goss is pretty hip and cool and he's always up on the new trends, so I thought he was gonna come out with a very trendy lipstick line, and instead he gave us this. And I just don't know that this was the most iconic lip launch for what I was expecting. Like, that was my biggest gripe. Like, they were so kind of old-fashioned shades, and maybe these are classic lip colors for somebody and I'm just being a hater. That's totally possible, but I was expecting some really cool like brown nudes, some nude nudes, some beige nudes, and then we just got like a bunch of pink colors and then like one rust color and like a deeper red shade. So I don't really get it. I saw a lot of hype for these lippies, and I feel like he definitely, you know, tugged at the small YouTube creators' heartstrings because a lot of the PR went to people I love watching on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, it really did. Like, if you're gonna sell to me, definitely send my friends PR and I'll be like, ooh, what is that? Like, you know, Mel Thompson got a new lipstick, or Samantha March got this new lipstick line. Like, I'm interested, you know? So it definitely tugs at my heartstrings when somebody I love on YouTube is getting this huge opportunity, but I was also kind of really put off by the shades. So that's kind of my story and I'm sticking to it. And I also heard from people that they didn't like the formula. Some people thought the packaging was kind of cheap for the price point. And for me, like, I heard the glosses weren't very good. I'm not really into lip pencils, so that didn't really appeal to me, although that price point was pretty manageable. $14 I feel like isn't too crazy of a price point. But yeah, overall the whole thing was just kind of off-putting for me, so it was very easy for me to go ahead and anti-haul this product. Now, the next thing I am anti-hauling is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Norvina cake liners. So I definitely have my share of cake liners. Most of them just kind of hang out in my liner drawer and they never usually get use. So when I saw this collection come out and they did the different shades of cake liners, I thought it was a really smart idea, but it definitely wasn't for me. I think you can do amazing things with cake liners. I know Suva Beauty has some that are UV, and the looks that Suva Beauty does on their Instagram, if you guys don't follow them, even if you aren't into colorful makeup, it's just fun to see like some brands that are really about the artistry. Like, I know there's so many brands where it's all pretty makeup photos and like pretty swatches and pretty eyeshadows pictures and you're like, wow, 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 wow. But Suva is one of those brands like I follow because I just love to see what they create. The owner, Shayna, I believe is her name, I follow her personal Instagram as well, and she does so many cool looks and I just think she's so innovative, and that girl wears color like no other. Like I just haven't seen a more colorful person in my life than her. She's just very different and I love it. So definitely check their Instagram out if you're looking for inspiration for what to do with these ABH liners even. But like I said, I basically have a very similar, basically identical product already in my collection, so I felt no need to buy more and then to just have them sit there because I hardly ever use them. I think my preferred is something that I can just use right away, so I just picked this up. This is the Profusion Cosmetics Bright Lights UV Neon Liner. This was like $4 at Walmart, and of course I had to try it. It's actually the liner I have on my eyes today, and so far it worked out just great. So very happy with that purchase. Easy pass on the ABH. The next thing I am anti-hauling is the Huda Diamond Hydrating Lip Balms for $25. They came in quite a few shades, but some of them are Huda Beauty website exclusives, so I don't think I've seen like all the shades on Sephora, but I think Sephora has like 2 or 3 shades. And this product has the most beautiful packaging I think I've ever seen for a freaking lip balm. Like, I love the Pat McGrath lip balms, but this is so beautiful. It has like this shimmer overlay, overspray, I don't know what to call it, but it literally looks like unicorn poops that are beautifully packaged. It just looks like a magical mythical creature shattered into that bullet, and it just looks amazing. But I really don't need another lip balm, and I definitely don't need a $25 lip balm, so easy pass on that one for me. The next thing I'm anti-hauling, this one actually hurts my soul, but literally I do not have the money to spend on this collection. It is the Chantecaille Summer Collection. There is a Radiance Chic cheek highlighter for $84. There's actually 2 of them. And then the lip tint hydrating balms for $34. And I think there was like 6 or 7. I'm not really sure. But it's so crazy because I've been hearing Teresa's Dead rave about Chantecaille's powder from like a Hummingbird collection. It's like a beautiful orange compact. And Teresa's always reposting pictures of her bougie ass friends buying these products, and I'm like, $84? Like, that's almost $100 for a compact, and it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I would love to own the peachy one, like the peachy corally blush and the highlighter, but listen, that's just not the life I live right now, and that's okay. I admire all of you bougie ass people that can afford that shit. I definitely can't at the moment. It's okay, but I think it's beautiful, and if that was my life, you best believe that we'd be talking about Chantecaille on here, but that's okay. I just think it's so beautiful. Definitely can't afford it, so it is being anti-hauled. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Milk CBD Solid Body Oil for $50. So this was interesting. I haven't seen anybody talk about this on YouTube, so if you guys have, I would love to hear your thoughts. But it's basically the packaging of their blushes and like their cream stick looking things, but I'm guessing for 50 bucks, it's gotta be like a Big Daddy of some kind. And I hate putting on body lotion. So if I don't have to touch it and it was like a stick and I could just rub it and then maybe like moisturize myself, I feel like that will be like hella convenient. But $50 seems kind of steep. And I know there's a lot of YouTube videos about like the positives and the negatives of having CBD in makeup products. Personally, it doesn't entice me at all. Like, I don't feel like there are benefits, but I also have friends that swear by it. You know, so it just depends on what side of the fence you're on. Personally, it doesn't, like, whatever. So, yeah, no interest, but I'm really curious to know if anyone's tried it, because I literally haven't heard anyone speak about it. So, don't know what to think. Next thing is the Kimchi Beauty The Most Concealers for $14. Now, I do love the shade range because I feel like they have a ton of concealers. They also had some correctors. I just have never been drawn to Kimchi Beauty, and I think it's okay because I don't think the brand is made for me. I'm not really super into drag culture. I know there's so many people that love Drag Race and this and that and the other thing, and that's totally cool. Just not something I'm particularly interested in. So I don't know, Kimchi Beauty in general is just not a brand that I'm checking for, and I really don't like the packaging. I don't like all the writing on the packaging. I definitely feel like less is more for me when it comes to that, and easy pass here in Karen Harris world. Number 11 in my anti-haul is the Guerlain Meteorites Highlighter Palette for $65. Now, I've heard so much about Guerlain, I've heard so much about the Meteorites, and this palette, I think it's quite big. I think I saw Tara Babies maybe featured in a video, and it looks really cool, but my big thing is $65, and I'm not sure if it's tan girl friendly. Easy pass for me. I feel like highlighters are one of those products, like, you don't really need to go super, super high end when it comes to highlighters. I've found so many kind of in the mid-tier range. I think the drugstore has decent highlighters. Currently, my favorite highlighter was gifted to me by Amy Loves Makeup. Oh my gosh, I could literally hug her for giving me this, because this is something I would have never bought for myself, but she got it in the shade Champagne Flash and she didn't think it was gonna work for her. And oh my god, this baby makes my face look wet. I literally want to do a video kind of showing you guys how I do my like glowy face makeup, because I get so many comments on how glowy and dewy I look on camera, and I swear it's products like that that really make the difference. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. But the Guerlain Meteorites Highlighter Palette is a easy pass for me. Now, number 12 is the MAC Bronze Collection. I don't know if I anti-hauled this in my April anti-haul, so we're just going to talk about it real quick in June. This is honestly a beautiful collection. The packaging is 2 thumbs up for me, and I was so tempted to honestly just get something just so I could have that limited edition packaging, but I have been swimming in bronzer. I don't really like the lipstick formula for MAC anymore. I don't really want the brush. I didn't really want the eyeshadow, so it was pretty easy for me to go through the list of products that came out in that collection and kind of say no to everything. So easy anti-haul right there. And then the next thing is the Confessions of a Maneater Eye and Cheek Palette by Tarte. Oh my gosh, when is Tarte gonna give up the cardboard packaging with the 6 to 9 eyeshadows and the highlighter and the cheek product? And I know the target audience for these palettes probably love them, and I get it. I totally get it. I just want to see them do something different so badly, but that's okay. It's not for me, and that's why I'm anti-hauling it. The next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Lorac Golden Hour palette for $35. Now, I've honestly tried like the Lorac single highlighters previously, and they're really good. So if this highlighter palette is that formula, I think you've literally hit gold. $35 for a highlighter palette is not bad. And I believe Lorac is sold at Kohl's, and I think a lot of people that love to shop with Kohl's have like Kohl's Cash, and they just seem like the place for couponing. Don't ask me, I don't know, but if you can get it on a deal, I feel like it might be a good one. I'm personally not interested because I need a highlighter palette, like I need a hole in my head, so it's not something that appealed to me, which is why I'm anti-hauling it. But maybe it's good, and you guys will have to let me know if you have tried anything from that new collection from Lorac, because I know there are some Lorac diehards out there still. I used to be one, but not anymore. The next product I'm anti-hauling is the Beauty Bakery, the Neapolitan and Brownie Bar face palette. So these are really cute. They look a little bulky, so I'm definitely not into them. I personally haven't seen anyone talk about them, so I'm not that curious about them. I have seen more Beauty Bakery videos recently because I know they are Black owned, so I'll probably be paying attention to see if anybody got them. But personally, I'm not that drawn to it, and that's okay because it saves me money, so we're anti-hauling it. Okay, the next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Haus Labs Stupid Love palette for $48. So I feel like I haven't really seen anyone give this palette a positive review. I know I saw Tara Babies again talk about this in her haul. I love watching her Saturday haul videos. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, highly recommend. Also, she is like the only other YouTuber I know that is from North Dakota. Represent. Anyway, she didn't like it, and honestly, I wasn't really into the color story, so it was kind of an easy pass for me. But I feel like I'm still waiting for Lady Gaga to really just like knock it out of the park and give us something crazy, because I feel like that's totally her brand, and I feel like everything I've seen from Haus Labs so far has not really aligned with the aesthetic that Lady Gaga gives me. So maybe I'm wrong. You guys can definitely let me know in the comments if you guys are bigger fans of her than I am. But yeah, I don't know. I was expecting something more wild from her, to be honest. The next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette for $35 and 6 shades of gloss for $17. Now, I'm pretty happy with Manny MUI's brand. I really do like his 2 eyeshadow palettes that I own, as well as one of the Moon Prism highlighters. I was really excited for the blush palette, but I feel like this blush palette is catfishing me, because in some lights I think it's gonna be like too light, too basic, and in some lights it looks really beautiful. The packaging alone is a knock out of the park, and it makes me want it. But I've literally bought so much blush in the last month or two that I am gonna be good until I'm dead and gone and reborn probably 9 times over, and I'd still have enough blush to sustain me. So I really can't justify buying it. Thank God it is sold out like everywhere. So any temptation I have, I feel like is gonna I'm just gonna expel it from my body. It's like negative energy that I don't need right now. So I'm gonna pass on it, but it was definitely tempting. Okay, so the next thing on my anti-haul list is the Jeffree Star Cremated palette, and this retails for $58. I am gonna say, just to address this the one time, and the one time only I'm gonna be speaking about this, is that I am definitely no longer supporting Jeffree Star or Jeffree Star Cosmetics on my channel. I feel like I'm definitely one of those people that, you know, tried to separate myself from the person, the makeup, blah, 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 blah. And I made like every excuse under the sun. I'm definitely a clown. Like, I don't have any excuses. I should have known better. And now that I've seen so many different videos and so much problematic behavior that has been excused for way too long by me, I am just going to go on record and say you will no longer be seeing Jeffree Star on my channel, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I just feel like there's too much that has happened, and there's not a lot of brands that I'm gonna like openly come out and cancel. I feel like I buy from a lot of really problematic brands, and that's just kind of how I've always wanted to run my channel. But this new stuff that keeps cropping up, it's just like too much. It's not worth it for me. So I just want to let you guys know, I'm not going to judge any of you if you choose to purchase from him. That is not my prerogative. I just want to let people know that at this time, not planning on purchasing from him in the future years, months, whatever. If I see some crazy changes happening and it becomes more acceptable, or he sells his brand like Kat Von D ended up doing, then I will reassess. But from this point on, I'm not supporting the brand. I do still have a lot of his products. I have most of his eyeshadow palettes, some makeup bags and things like that. Of course, I'm not going to go ahead and throw all of that out. I'm still going to keep that in my collection because I am a collector. But as far as I'm concerned, not really interested in purchasing from him. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Again, not trying to be judgmental. You guys do whatever you want with your money. I'm going to do whatever I want with my money. As far as the Cremated palette goes, I'm not going to lie. I love the photo shoot that they did. I think it's very cool. Just not my vibe. You guys ever see me wear grays and cool tones and black eyeshadow? Hardly ever. So $58 on that palette is going to be a hell of a waste for me, so I am anti-hauling it in this video. Okay, that was nerve-wracking. My hands are actually cold from talking about that, so let's move on. The next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Too Faced Papaya eyeshadow palette, as well as the Toasted Pine. I don't know. It's a Toasted Pine highlighter, I think is what they did. So I actually did own the original two palettes that they did in this format. They were actually really good. I was actually surprised. There was some kind of different formula in those two palettes, and if you watch any videos from other YouTubers, you'll kind of see that mentioned. I know Paulina's Beauty has definitely tried both of those palettes extensively, and I remember her really liking those palettes. So I know they are a little bit different from most of Too Faced's other stuff. But the Papaya palette, definitely more of an easy and neutral palette. Doesn't call to me at all, so it's a very easy thing for me to anti-haul. And yeah, I like I said, I don't think they're bad. It just doesn't appeal to me. I have so many neutrals, so I'm happy to sit this one out. The next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Marc Jacobs Extravagance eyeshadow palette for $49.50, I believe is what I wrote down. There's also a whole collection with this palette. Now, I have tried the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow formula, and I bought it because everyone was raving about Marc Jacobs, Marc Jacobs, Marc Jacobs. Don't you guys feel like they used to be so like highly talked about and recommended, especially like Jaclyn Hill? I feel like Jaclyn Hill back in the day, like 2016, 2017, really kind of helped persuade me to buy a lot of things that looking back now I'm like not really interested in. So she definitely was probably one of the people that convinced me to buy the Scandalous palette, I think it is. It's that very neutral with like a one bronzy shade and like a purple, and I literally used that palette probably one time, and I was definitely poor. I was still like in that college student-y phase, so I definitely probably couldn't afford that palette, and it just sat there, and I finally just sold it on Poshmark because I literally had never used that except the one time, maybe two times tops. So it's an easy pass for me. I think the packaging is cute. I know a lot of people really like the Marc Jacobs stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like it's not something I'm gonna reach for once I try it out for a video, so easy pass on that. Next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Morphe Pride Collection. Now, I think this definitely has its demographic and audience. I'm just not that person, and that's okay. Also, I really don't like pressed glitters. I mean, I use them, I'm not like deathly against them, but I do feel like this whole palette almost looks like it's full of pressed glitters, and I feel like I have enough pressed glitters to last me a lifetime. The other thing is I have so many other interesting, super glittery, shimmery eyeshadows that give that same effect without hurting people's eyes and causing like scratching of their eyeballs and things that lead to like way more problems that I'd rather use on my eyes. So easy pass for me. I do like that they do this collection every year. I still think it gives so much of a spotlight to the LGBTQ community, which I think is wonderful. And I also do like that they kind of incorporate a charity aspect to it, so at least your money is somewhat going to support a good cause. I know people say you don't have to buy makeup to support, and I totally get that, but I mean, it does feel a little bit better, right? That the money, knowing a little bit of the money you're spending on makeup is going to help somebody else. So I think that's really cool that they do that. And that's all on that, but easy pass for me. Next thing I'm anti-hauling is the Linda Hallberg waterproof mascara for $29 and the lipstick primer for $19. So I really like Linda Hallberg because she doesn't come out with these like crazy collections. She's very much an indie. She does one thing at a time, really takes her time when she comes out with products. Very thoughtful, really great indie brand. And I have a few things from her that I really love. Like I love her mood crayons. I think they're so fun. So just different things that I really admire about the brand, and I like that she comes out with these little things one at a time. The thing is, Linda Hallberg is based in Sweden. All her line ships out of Sweden. So for me to buy like a $29 mascara that ships from Sweden doesn't really make sense. I've heard so many YouTubers talk about how they've added things onto their orders so that they can get free shipping and things like that. So I totally understand why people do what they do, but for me it's like, at a $29 price point and a $19 price point, it's not really anything enticing enough to make me want to order internationally. So I am anti-hauling it. I'm curious to know if anyone has tried her new mascara and her lip primer, but you will not be seeing that on this channel. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Okay, the next thing I'm anti-hauling is the NYX Pride Collection that I think was an Ulta exclusive. This whole thing was weird. I saw Teresa is Dead also talk about this, and I had to chuckle because I was just as confused as she was. She was like, doesn't this palette already exist? So all they did was change the packaging and now it's like a Pride palette, and that's kind of how I feel too. I feel like NYX, this is one of those things that you could have just sat out or just done a new palette to be different. Like, don't give me the same shit repackaged and call it a Pride collection. Like, that's almost like an insult to Pride. So, I don't know. I feel like that was a little bit of a boo-boo on NYX's part. Like, they should have probably done something or just not done anything at all, or just come up with the new products and leave the palette to be like, oh, here's our colorful palette that you may have not seen. Pairs so well with these other eyeliners and things they came out with for Pride month. I don't know. It's all really confusing. I'm not like the biggest fan of NYX, like I had mentioned earlier. They do some things really well, and I think they're an affordable brand, so I totally get it. But this whole Pride collection thing was such a miss for me, and that is why I'm anti-hauling it. The next thing I am anti-hauling is the Glam Glow and Barbie collaboration. Now, I had just mentioned when we were talking about Marc Jacobs how much hype Marc Jacobs used to have in the YouTube beauty space, or at least among the beauty YouTubers I used to watch, which is the same for Glam Glow. The thing about Glam Glow is their Supermod mask actually worked on me really, really well. And in quarantine, I've honestly contemplated picking the Supermod mask back up because it's so effective at clearing my skin. And it's such a great spot treatment, so I totally appreciate what the mask does. I know they've had like some controversies and this and that happen to them, so they haven't had the most pristine reputation throughout their makeup journey, history, whatever, but whatever, man. If it works on my skin, I'm gonna try it out. But this collab with Barbie, I think the mask is like pink. I don't know, it's weird. The packaging's all pink and stuff, and I'm all for like Barbie having her second coming, third coming, fourth coming. Like, I feel like Barbie's always reinventing herself, but there's been so many weird like Barbie collabs lately. I'm kind of exhausted over it. So anyway, that is it for my May anti-haul. Please send me positive vibes that I get June's video up faster, because I feel really bad every time this video is late in the month. So thank you guys so much for watching this anti-haul. Thank you for sticking with me. If you want to see more videos like this, I am going to go ahead and link my anti-haul playlist down here somewhere. So go ahead and check that out, and I will see you guys in my next video soon. Bye!